welcome back to Channel Mina. In this video, I am going to be pulling a tarot card for my tarot meaning series. And basically what I do is I shuffle up the cards, one of them calls out to me or pops out, and then I meditate on the card and I see what meaning I get intuitively from the card. So let's begin. Alrighty, we have a card. It is the Knight of Wands. Here you go, and I'm going to meditate on it for a bit. Alright, let's look at this card. We have a knight wearing a yellow article of clothing with little animals on it, riding a horse, and holding a wand, and it looks like he's kind of in the desert here. So actually, I'm going to talk about this meaning a little bit differently because when I was shuffling the cards, I kind of like, oh, I think I'm going to use this card as a reading for myself, actually. And so when I was shuffling the cards, I was kind of asking, how can I be kinder? How can I be nicer? How can I be more compassionate and more gentle in my life with other people? Because, yeah, I am actually a really nice person, but I'm also really kind of rough. You know, I'm intense, if you can't tell from my videos. And so I'm trying to be softer and I'm trying to be kinder to people. And so I asked the cards kind of how I could do that, and this is what came up, the Knight of Wands. And I think this is the meaning that I got from asking that question, and I think that you'll be able to relate it to whatever question you ask when you're pulling a card and getting the Knight of Wands. And what I got was basically that I have to remember what my mission is. I have to remember what my overarching goals for this lifetime are, which is to maintain the love vibration, the love frequency, which is to be a way shower for myself and for others around me and for the whole world, and just to create the world that I want to live in, which is a world of peace and prosperity for everyone, and which is a world basically with more love in it than when I first came into it. That's really my goal, is just to have more love in the world than when I first got here. And so with the Knight of Wands, a knight, you know, he knows his mission. He knows what he's doing there. You know, he's a knight. You know, he had his order, and he's like, I'm going to go fight, I'm going to listen to my order, and I'm going to go for it. And so I think that's that this card is telling me to do, that like it's simple, like becoming more kind and compassionate towards other people is by simply just keeping my mission in mind, keeping my life's purpose in mind as often as I can. 11:11 on the clock right now, I see. So cool, in alignment, right? Okay. And it's so true that, like, say I'm having a conversation with somebody and they start to like annoy me, which is totally fine, totally natural. You know, we are humans. We're going to have these kind of reactions with our interactions. But we choose how we can respond to things. So if while I'm having that and I'm centered and grounded and I know like my purpose in life is to just spread more love, to maintain more love in this reality, then I'll think, you know, what they're saying, what they're doing right now, that's annoying me. It's not attacking me, it's not against me, it's just them expressing themselves, and then I can love and accept them better and not be so reactive and be more kind and compassionate towards them. And I think with this being the Knight of Wands as opposed to like the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands, it's like knights have to do more of the grunt work, you know, more of the small jobs. Like you have your king and queen, they point at things, they make the big decisions, right? Which you are the king and queen of your life too, but you're also the knight of your life. Meaning that you have to do the smaller things. So maybe, you know, you think like, oh, like if I really want to spread more love in the world, I have to be doing big things, big sweeping gestures, you know? Like helping create like a housing community for low-income people, or hosting like a meditation retreat in this beautiful vortex energy somewhere on the earth, right? You're picturing those big picturesque sort of things. But, you know, going after your life's purpose, which for me is to, you know, spread more love, it's like, so that's why I use those examples, It's like, it's small things just as your simple interactions with people every day. It's your night work, you know, your work as a knight. The smaller things that you have to do to maintain that purpose that you have, to maintain what you're here for, you know? It's not only the big things you do, it's the small things you do that add up to it. And I think I need to remember that it's just as important to do the small things, like smiling at people, like being compassionate with people, being compassionate with strangers, you know, on an everyday basis. Those things are just as important as any big sweeping gesture I'm going to do to help, like, create more love in the world, you know? All those small things are the big things, you know, just as much as the big things. Yeah, and so I think that's what this Knight of Wands is kind of saying. I'm trying to see if I can generalize it a bit more, but I think that works. It's just remember that the small things that you're doing are just as important as the big things that you're doing in terms of your life goal right now, or whatever goal you have right now. And to appreciate those smaller things, and to appreciate the smaller things that you're doing in life right now. And that maybe to focus on them until the next big thing. So I hope this card meaning video helped you in some way, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in my next video.